Good morning. Thank you all for joining us today as we honor many of our officers upon their phenomenal achievements. I'd like to recognize our distinguished guest here this morning. Start with Councilman Kevin Clark, City Manager Kimberly Meek, Deputy City Manager Brady Moore, City Attorney Kimberly Kernley, Fire Marshal Thomas Tharp, Fire Chief Terry Ussery, and last but not least, our soon-to-be newest member of the police department, Silas Weeks. Thank you all for being here. I'm Chief Shannon Jordan, and the other members of my staff are Captain Roy Stevens, Operations Bureau Commander, Captain Todd Perry, Services Bureau Commander, and our administrative assistant, also known as the boss, Karen Jackson. Every day, Stillwater police officers put on their uniforms, step into our community, and perform a duty that is challenging, necessary, and honorable. They embody excellence, integrity, commitment, and service above self. Officers serve as the first line of defense to protect and safeguard community members and all those who live and visit Stillwater. Today, we take a moment to recognize the exceptional service officers provide every day. We acknowledge the challenges they face and the burdens bared. As we honor them today and as we continue the work ahead, may they feel the support and advocacy from our community for their dedication, bravery, and unwavering commitment. This time, Captain Stevens will come up and recognize some of our finest for their achievements.
Officer Sappington. Go ahead and post up front here in the middle of the screen there. Officer Sappington on July 24th, 2024 was dispatched to 606 East Redbud for a welfare check after friends of the resident reported not hearing from him for 10 days. Upon arrival, Officer Sappington knocked on the door but received no response, then looked through the windows and observed a cell phone on a table near the door, which illuminated each time our dispatch attempted to call it. Officer Sappington radioed his supervisor for approval to enter the residence based on circumstances and requested a key from the maintenance workers. However, they were unable to be contacted. Officer Sappington previously sought out on his own law enforcement training on defeating locks. Using his lock-picking skills, Officer Sappington gained quick access to the apartment. Inside, he found the resident on the floor suffering from a severe medical condition. He'd been there for several days. The resident was transported to SMC, later transferred to OU Medical Center in serious condition. Thanks to Officer Sappington's attention to detail and decisive actions, the resident's life was saved. Lieutenant Millerman has nominated Officer Sappington for the Life-Saving Medal. This is Officer Sappington's second Life-Saving Medal since his employment at Stillwater PD. All right, you can be seated. Master Patrol Officer Rivas and Officer Galbiso, please post. November 22nd, 2023, MPO Rivas sent a text message to the day shift officers working on Thanksgiving Day, sharing that he had spoken with a homeless individual and wanted to be able to assist this individual. He invited the crew to join him for breakfast at IHOP. MPO Rivas, along with Officer Galbiso and other shift members, spent time interacting and building relationships with 3 members of our homeless community that took Rivas up on his invitation. MPO Rivas and Officer Galbiso split the bill for these folks' Thanksgiving breakfast. This gesture not only provided a meal, but also helped build trust and strengthen the relationship between the homeless community in Stillwater and the Stillwater Police Department. Sergeant Cluck has nominated both these officers for the Command Commendation. Have a seat. Sergeant Johnson, Detective Whiteley, and Officer Sappington, come on back up. Beginning in 2022, Sergeant Johnson, Detective Whiteley, Officer Sappington, and OSU PD Officer Walling developed and began hosting a basic sniper school for agencies across the state. They have since hosted this 60-hour course 3 times, training participants from all over the state, including Ponca City, Noble County, Creek Nation, Lighthorse, OSU PD, Moore PD, Dell City, Cleveland County, Tulsa PD, Comanche County, numerous agencies across the state. Despite their regular patrol duties, these officers dedicated hundreds of hours of their own time and invested thousands of dollars of their own money to ensure the success of the course over the past few years. Their efforts resulted in a highly demanded and extremely professional program that provided valuable training to participating agencies at no cost. This course has quickly become the go-to course for law enforcement snipers across the state of Oklahoma. They have recently been contacted and requested to teach this course at a national level. Sergeant Blakey nominated these 4 officers for the Command Commendation Award in recognition of their outstanding representation of our agency and its high standards to outside agencies. Their commitment to delivering exceptional training extends not only to other agencies, but also to the members of the Stillwater Police Department.
The other 2 recipients, go ahead and join them on stage. In closing, I want to express my deepest gratitude to each of you for your service and sacrifice for the Stillwater and for each other. Please know you make a difference. You're the strongholds within our community, and we are fortunate for your service. May you continue to serve with pride, and may we all continue to support you in your vital work. Thank you all for coming today. This concludes our award ceremony. Please give all these recipients a hand, and then we will stay for photos if you'd like to afterwards. Thank you.